target. Solve multi-step word problems, which is kind of the part that scared some people on the quiz, but it doesn't have to be scary. Here's the part that people don't want to do, though, for some reason. They don't want to write the formula on their paper. So I think you should always start by writing that formula down. And then it's a little easier for me than you, but you can still do it. We literally need to take out a variable or two. How will we take them out? We will read what numbers should go in those spots. So this one says D equals R times T helps us find distance, the rate or speed, and the time. So the winner of the Arrowhead 135 endurance race was able to run 135 miles in 30 hours. Determine the winner's rate. Maddie.
Can I show where to put them or whatever?
Oh yes, you want to take out a variable?
Yeah.
Which one?
So we can take out D because it says he ran 135 miles.
Look at that. So it's a little easier for me to erase, but you still can. Take out the D, put in 135. Okay.
And then you can take out time because it says that he did it in 30 hours.
30 hours. Literally take out the T. I know it looks easier for me. And put in the 30. Now, I hope you didn't forget the steps. Distribute, like terms, add or subtract, multiply or divide. Bryn.
Would we divide by 30?
Hey, look! Here's multiplying. How do you undo multiplying? Divide. Let's. Top number on the inside. Weston, how many 30s fit into one?
One.
Oh.
What?
How many 30s fit into one? Trick question.
0.
Right, none. We can't have a number here. Zach, how many 30s fit into 13?
0.
Can't put a number there. Drake, how many 30s fit into 135?
4 maybe?
What would that make?
120.
Good work. Whew. Add a decimal and a 0. Zach Hellstrom, what would that make? Nice job over there. Can you imagine this? 135 miles in 30 hours? Most people in Tri don't even like to run 1 mile. Whew. Allison.
Do we have to write it with map or library?
Okay, so I'm just in a really big habit of labeling because my teachers for how many years are in school? 9? 9? That's not right.
How many years are we in
12.
school?
Yeah, it depends if you do college.
12.
17, I guess. Well, plus I went to 2 years of grad school, so that does put me at 19. Holy moly. They insisted that I was labeling all the time, so I really got in the habit of labeling. So I think the more you can remember to, it's a good idea. Has anybody gone on a treadmill before?
Yeah.
4.5 for me is not quite running, but it's a really fast walk. So you'd have to go 4.5 miles per hour on your treadmill, 4.5, for 30 hours, and eventually you'd get 135 miles. Great.
Oh, now that it's like 1 hour equals 4.5, would we divide again?
Oh, that's why the one, I'm glad you said that. That's why the one hides a lot, because guess what happens when you divide by 1?
No, nothing.
Right, you get the same answer. So that's why it hides to say, you don't really have to divide by 1. Is it there? It sure is. But divide by 1 all day, you get the same answer over and over.
Forgot about that.
That's okay. I want you to ask questions like that. Okay, let's try box 2. This one says, 12-hour endurance run challenges runners to go as far as they can in 12 hours. Any ideas so far? Preston?
I just have a question. Can you do like R times T equals D? Like, yeah.
Oh, he wants to put the D at the end. Sure. Bryn?
Does it matter if you do T in front or not?
Technically no, because multiplying can be in any order, so you could put T in front if you wanted. Yeah. Maddie?
I was going back to when you said like the idea thing.
Yep.
12 hours is time, probably.
Sure is. Take that T right out of there. Put a 12 right in. This is a long run, people. If the runner maintains a steady pace of 4.4 miles per hour. Any ideas, Mason?
4.4
Would be
for
the
R.
yes. The speed, fancy name, rate. Well, this one looks interesting. Seems like I don't have to undo anything.
All you gotta do is times it.
Yes, Mason. All you gotta do is times it. Technically, you'd go left to right. You don't have to undo anything. I love when that happens. Drake read my mind. I was going to tell you to whisper to your neighbor to see what they got. Leighton, whisper to Pete for a second. Bryn, will you check with Mason too?
I got 13.2. I don't know how to do
How did you get a 3?
David, do you think you have it? Will you whisper
You
to
can't
your
even get a 3 out of it. Oh wait, I don't think I added. No, I didn't.
Maddie and Isabel, did you whisper?
It's your brother.
Wait, what'd you get, Preston? Did you get it? 13 point, yeah. Did you? Did you,
That's good.
Now I need someone to check me.
That's what I got. That's what I got. But
That's
they got some rows
that's
like
right.
different.
Don't even. Is your 12 on top?
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I did that too.
Nathan?
I got 13.2.
You probably forgot the zero.
Yeah. Did you do the 0?
Oh.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, you can do 0.
That's okay. Good thing we had each other to check with. So, distance. This is a long, was it miles?
Yeah.
This was a long race, people, 52.8 miles. That comes from saying, no way, not doing it. Allison?
So on the last one, should we put a line over the 4:45 and the mile per hour? Do we need to do that, with this one?
Oh, that was just my spot that I needed an answer.
Oh.
Sorry to confuse you. You do not need alarms. Sorry to confuse you. Okay, second row of boxes. This is the one that was the mistake on the quiz. No worries. This one, instead of distance and time and speed, we have perimeter and length and width. Again, everyone does better when they recopy down the formula. It's just a way of life. Everyone does better when they rewrite it. Be careful of your length, L. A lot of people mistake it for a 1.
I just did it.
So I usually try and do like a cursive L to remind myself.
I do a capital. That's leader stuff.
You just gotta be careful because people might think that's liters. I know, it's tricky. Bryn,
Would you do 15.5 for P?
oh, look at that. So I'm going to drop that P right out of there and replace it with a 15.5. That has a really fancy math name of substitution. Bryn,
And then would you make 2L? Would you make that 3.4? Because the length is 1.
ooh, very close. So yes, L is going to become a 1.4. But why was it smushed together anyway?
Oh, times.
Yeah. Any ideas of our next plan?
So,
Solve how?
when we have to put 2 times 14 together,
Okay.
that would be 28.
And then there was, I maybe didn't write it for you.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. So instead of 28, let's put 2.8.
And then there's a plus, so then you would subtract 2.8.
What a math all-star. I need a pin or something. Math all-star pin. So she says, skip distributing, skip like terms. This is adding. We subtract. $12.7, do you have that?
Yes.
Brandon, you have another hint for us?
Divide by 2.
Whew, she's good. question, Allison? Just thinking. Oh, quick. Jake, do you have an answer? Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Will you whisper it to Ed?
Addison?
He's hiding behind his hand.
Getting out of the way.
Everybody else whisper to their neighbor too.
Oh. Let me take my 6.4.
I was just wondering.
Wait, no, that'd be 12. 6 point.
How did I get so?
No.
6.35.
Question, Lee? You know the answer? Layton?
I got 6.35.
6.35.
So sorry.
Good one. Seems like the second box is going to be something similar plan. Rewrite the equation every time. I promise you, it's better than just staring at the problem. What could I substitute out? Allison.
The width,
Should be,
2 times 9.5.
I like it. Ellie, do you see anything we could substitute out?
You can substitute the length and the width.
Oh, look at that. Length. Nope. Should I undo anything? Like undo adding or subtracting or?
Not right now.
I don't have to do it on this one?
You don't have the second.
Yes, Isabel.
You don't have to do it because we don't have like a variable for we don't have a number for the.
So look, everything that's next to each other, we could just solve how it is. Remember though, both multiplying have to come before adding. I love problems like this. It's like almost 5th grade style. Just multiply and add. Don't worry about those variables.
What are we measuring?
21.
Ellie is super patient.
Yeah, I was going on too. Because 11 plus 20. 22 plus 19 is 41. What did you do? Travis. I think it's
Am I on the right track? 22 plus 19?
Yes.
Yes, I'm on the right track?
yes.
So then 22 plus 19?
41.
So it seems to me like there's 2 types of problems. One type of problem, you work backwards. And the other type of problem, you just solve like it says. Have you seen that happening? Third type of equation. Ooh, this one's about temperature. Has this happened to you if you've traveled somewhere else?
No.
This was a while ago. Maybe I told you this already. Right when I graduated high school, I went to Spain in the summer.
Fun.
And you know, bank clocks have the temperature on it a lot. Bank clocks.
Oh.
Well, it was in Celsius in Spain, and I had no idea what the actual temperature was. So this probably would have helped me. Do we see any spot that we could erase a variable? Mason.
You could switch F out with A2.
Nice. Oh, I hate when that goes to the next line. Okay, take out the F. Put in an 82. Distribute. No. Like terms. No. Whoa, look at that. It said add. We should subtract. Is everybody ready with me? $50. Did you get 50?
Yes. Yeah.
Last step.
Divide 1.8 by 50.
Can I have this one?
Move the decimal.
500.
Taylor, do you think 18 can fit into 5? Nope, he said. Addison, do you think 18 can fit into 50? Twice? Yeah? Whoa, look at her go. I was going to have to guess and check. So what's that, 14? Zach, do you have any guesses for how many 18s fit into 140?
10.
Ooh, a tiny bit too big. No problem, we'll just guess again.
7.
Tiny bit too small.
8. Seven.
What? Huh. Now I did my work in the wrong spot. What am I doing? 126? Oh, look at this.
Holy. It's gonna just keep going on and on. For
What does that mean?
20 repeating.
Repeating. Good observation, Bryn.
But then there's a 8 at the end.
So okay, good point. There is not actually an 8 at the end, but it's called, here's a fancy word for you, truncating. It takes the very last number and when it runs out of room, it rounded up. That's called truncating. So that 8's not actually there, it got rounded.
Oh.
I know, weird, huh? But if you typed it into a device, it would put an 8 there to show you. So if it is 82 degrees in Minnesota when you are in Spain, the bank will say 27. It probably does round up to 28. 27.777777, which seems cold,
But it's not.
but is actually a wonderful 82. Last one. I bet Miss Ann had 82 and 4. Ugh. Allison,
Put the, change the 1.8 to 10.
you're very close. Leave the 1.8, change the,
Times.
C.
you're
Change the
so
C.
close to it. Leave the 1.8,
Oh, change
leave the times, change the, I think you said it, Allison. C,
C equals 10.
hey, do you remember that pattern that was kind of happening? There was like work a backwards one and work a regular one. What's this one look like?
Right. I don't know.
Are there any variables in here?
No.
Oh, just regular math then, okay. Remember, you have to multiply first. Here's a really quick shortcut for times 10. Maddie,
Move the decimal over 1.
she is good. It's like I tell her something and it just sinks in there. Bryn,
40.
close.
Oh, 50.
50 degrees in Minnesota. The Spain temp would say 10. We'll take 50 this time. So here's what I've learned. Write down the formula. Take out a variable, put in a number in that spot. Some of them you solve just like it is. And then other ones work backwards. If it said adding, I'd have to subtract. You don't know that until you set up the problem though. So if I just stare at this word problem, guess how it's gonna go?
It's not going to do it.
Not so well. I'm gonna have to set up that problem to see what my strategy is. So can we all agree to do that?
Yeah.
I only saw about 2 head shakers. We can all agree to set up the problem?
Yes.
Brilliant. If you like a printout, today's your day. Yes, ma'am. Oh, if you need a 3-hole punch,
Did you just say your word back? Yeah, I think you just.